I believe in each and every one of us. Encountering more suffering. It can even happen to oneself. A moment of Hodge, Qianju, and Jinsong. These. It's not fair. In this life we have encountered. Director Han has passed away. He has been kind to us. If it weren't for their family, helping me during the toughest times, there wouldn't be today. At that time, I found myself in a predicament. Listening to the old monk's words. Give up on teaching and preaching. Go perform the golden cicada rituals. The old monk told me that the golden Buddha is. It's our skill to protect the home. We rely on this for our livelihood. Teaching and preaching. No one supports us. How do you manage your life? This is forcing me. I have to be like everyone else, nothing special. This is not what I wish for. If you don't listen, then don't listen. Just return the book. We've reached this dead end. Director Han is my audience. He knows. What should we do about a serious problem? Well, the house isn't big. It's a small villa. Detached. A converted house. He and his wife have 2 sons and a daughter who, although married, can't be away from her mum. They all live together. The daughter had a child, her nephew, so the family is quite lively. There's also a room upstairs, an empty space. He asked me if I could stay at his place. I went to have a look. It's quite clean. I took him along to Taichung to meet Teacher Li. I gave Teacher Li a detailed report about my situation. Now there's this connection. His family takes care of me. Teacher Li agreed to this. I ended up living at his place. I never expected to stay. For 17 years. After 17 years, we finally had a small dojo. No matter how beautiful it is. Guazhan, 10-day library. Is there a small place? Not big, only 50 square meters. In the name of the library. At that time. Greetings from classmates in New York, America. I hope to go to America to grab some gold. This round 1 isn't ripe. I don't know much about America. Speaking for myself, my foundation isn't very solid yet. In Taiwan, I can often consult Teacher Lee when I have questions. It's not as convenient in America. I'm playing this. Them. It's urgent. If the bonus can be recorded, can we send them this videotape? I said we don't have the equipment. They were very generous and donated $20,000. We purchased a set of machines in Japan, so the library became an audio-visual library. We were doing video and audio recording. This was the earliest one. That's the reason. These devices were donated by the Chinese community in America. So when we give talks, we record them live and send the tapes to America. We didn't keep any. That was done for them. This has begun. So we live our own lives. Scholars, you know, don't like to manage things. Managing is quite troublesome. Reading is so free and easy. It's about establishing a special connection. May asked Master Henyin to be the director. He handles everything, managing people, tasks, and money, all by himself. So everyone knows, I don't manage people, I don't manage tasks, I don't get involved. It's like a mountain that doesn't care. So this place of practice, built in all directions. He also took some money for himself. When registering, the property was registered in his name. Well, he passed away, but before he did, he mentioned to me a few times that he wanted to lead a board. To manage the finances on site. I'm not in a hurry. I said let's talk about it once you're better. I didn't expect that. He wouldn't recover from the illness. And then there's his son. Listen to others. Stirring things up. I said I know. Listen to what others say. We need to take back the property. At that time, Enlightenment, there were about 40 to 50 people who left home looking for a lawyer. Resolve it with the law. It is possible. We play football like this, but morally it shouldn't be allowed. He has taken care of me for 30 years. Today, as I achieve success, he deserves great credit. I said we absolutely cannot go to court. It's so embarrassing for the academy. It's not just my shame, but also the shame of Buddha Shakyamuni, right? Every day talking about letting go, yet still fighting over property. What sense does that make? So I've been blocking it all along. At that time, it was just the beginning. They had only been gone for 2 weeks, and they wanted to start. I said no, it has to be at least 49 days. I hope to peacefully chant the Buddha's name for 49 days. Let's make him some special attire. We'll talk again after 49 days. After 49 days, I asked everyone if we could extend it for another 100 days, all right. Let's talk after 20 more. After 100 days, she asked everyone if we could extend it for a year, all right. After a year, everyone was calm and not so anxious anymore. I spoke to everyone. There's always a way out. We must have integrity and be grateful. His son wants to give him all the assets without any discussion. In America, we also built a temple and gave everything to the elderly. It's a way to repay the kindness of taking care of us for 30 years. No matter how much he is criticized, we say, we won't forget to be grateful. We only know kindness, not expectations. We are leaving Taiwan. This is a part of our past history. After leaving Taiwan, we went to Singapore. At that time, we met Master Hu, who helped us a lot. If he hadn't helped, we wouldn't have been able to settle in Singapore. When we established a temple in Australia, he also took quite a bit with him. At that time, we didn't do fundraising or collect donations. But not many people knew about it. The economy wasn't prosperous. It wasn't easy for us to settle down in Singapore for 3.5 years. We are grateful for the care from Lin Mo Yuan. In the future. There have been changes inside the venue in Singapore. Often said. Layperson Lin Mo Yuan believed the rumors. Their attitude towards us has become cold. Let's hurry and leave. Why? So we can meet again later. Let's not make it awkward to meet in the future. We will never forget this kindness. So he believed some words that was said about me, but we have never spoken a bad word about him. We only admire his good qualities. He has taken care of things. We haven't said a word about the rest. For all these years. Why do we? Remember these words from the Buddha. We've decided not to fight with others. There's also a sign that we are stepping back immediately. Security. There are even some people on the mainland who think I'm still in Singapore. They still provide the same offerings to the lay Buddhist community. We haven't said a word. Only those who came to Singapore to see me know. They know I'm not in Singapore anymore. My entire life's journey is filled with them. If we don't heed the advice in the scriptures, we end up competing with ordinary people. How can someone who completely contradicts Buddhist teachings truly be a practitioner? He wants to give them money and property. You come into this world with nothing and leave with nothing. It's not a symbol. I've never had the thought of visiting a place of practice in my life. So, I live a nomadic life. This time I'm going to Hong Kong. Arranged by Buddha Bodhisattvas. He is a layman. I met for the first time in Hong Kong an old classmate. Millennia passed since they died. Blessings. Washed. Miehua Garden is there. Own residence. You must give it to me. Offer it to me. I hope to sing in Hong Kong. I said, it's arranged by the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. I went to have a look and I really like this place. It's tranquil. Even quieter than this place. You can't hear any human voices, nor can you hear any car sounds. The place may not be big. A tiny little house. It's very suitable for 2 or 3 people to live in. I just thought about living here permanently in my later years.